Back here in Mount Vernon as we get ready for high school football tonight. Opening round of the South Dakota High School football playoffs. As we work here in Class 11, Mount Vernon, Plankinton, and Stanley County getting set to do battle. Coin toss going on down on the field. It gives us a moment to mention the game officials tonight. The announcement of our game officials brought to you by the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. Our game officials tonight are Mike Fuller, Tom Rees, Brian Hermson, Everett Gebhardt, and Terry Jastrom. The announcement of our game officials comes to you from the Office of Attorney General and their Division of Consumer Protection. As the Buffaloes showed white uniforms with the white pants and purple and gold numerals and trim, take on Mount Vernon Plankinton, the Titans in their home blue uniforms with the white numerals and trim. The Buffaloes, they won the toss. They will receive to start things out, and we're just about ready to get this football game underway. We'll get our starting lineups under when the teams have the football. We had a little bit of extra work to do tonight as we set up our video stream. Hopefully we have things working. Not the greatest cell service here in Plankinton, and hopefully we'll be able to hang on with our cell signal and our video stream here this evening. As the Buffaloes, who will go from east to west, from left as you face your radio dial, we'll get this football game underway. A very nice night for football. Temperature near 60 degrees as we get ready for kickoff. The wind, which was really blowing at a big clip, a good 20 to 25 miles per hour on the trip down, has died down considerably. And really, as we were down on the field about a half hour or so ago, really should not be much of a factor as we go through the evening tonight. As the Titans will kick it short, and it will take a bounce, and it will be fielded by J.D. Carter, who will bring it up across the 25, loose football, and the Titans get on top of it. Carter trying to make a move as he danced along the sideline, loses the football, and on the opening kickoff, Mount Vernon Plankinton covers up the football, and they will have an opportunity to go to work offensively in Stanley County territory at the 25-yard line. The quarterback, Hayden Hack, the 165-pound senior, will walk him to the line of scrimmage. Colton Tobin, Weston Tobin in the backfield. It will be Colton Tobin who will get the carry, and he will run left side and be tackled by Riley Hannum and Jaden Face after a gain of about 4 yards. They'll give him forward progress to the 21-yard line, be second down. With John Neff at the Dakota Radio Group's World Headquarters, I'm Vern Boyle as we go to work here. Hack, working with a double wing set, will take the snap, hand it off on the end around, and some hard hitting there. That was Brady Hofteaser, got in there and blew that play up. Also, from the bottom of the pile, Isaac Cliff. No gain on the play, maybe a loss of about a half yard, and it will bring up third down. And if you've already going to operate here with house money, they have turned over field position. They kicked the foot, lost the toss, and this is 4-down territory, I'm sure, for them, as if nothing else. They're going to try to pin Stanley County deep in their own territory. So a big third down situation here. And a big defensive need for defensive stand for Stanley County. They'll bounce it to the outside. Weston Tobin, he'll break a tackle and then another. Get inside the 15, near the 10-yard line, and he will have a first down. Stanley County faced the play well. Austin Hand got over there and made the stop, but not before Tobin was able to get the corner turned even yard line. Pick up of about 10 yards on that carry, and that will be a first down for Mount Vernon Plankinton as they work deep into Stanley. Buffaloes turned it over on their first possession of the football game. Hack under center, man in motion, and a whistle and a penalty flag. And it's going to be a false start and a 5-yard mark-off against the Titans. One of the things that Brent Olson, head coach of Mount Vernon Plankinton, talked about, his team has been bit by the penalty bug and definitely wanted to see that cleaned up here in this opening round playoff game. So now Hack will walk the line of scrimmage, Deep back, Colton Tobin. Also that double wing look as well. The man in motion, Hunter Pranger, and they'll give it off to Colton Tobin, and he's going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage and maybe fall forward for a yard or so. Brady Hofteaser got in there, Austin Hand as well. Gain of about a yard. It will be second down and call it 14. The Titans can pick up a first down if they get it inside the one. And again, here for the Titans, this is 4-down territory again as they walk up to the line of scrimmage on second and long. Tobin will do the deep back once again. A double wing look as the Titans work in the center of the field, end around. This is Weston Tobin. Gets out of a tackle, bounces to the outside, gets to the pylon, dives, and is stopped just a little bit short. But that will be a first down. Boy, Stanley County had an opportunity to make a big defensive play in the backfield. Lathan Prince got back there but could not hang on. And Weston Tobin able to run the football to the 1 yard line. And it will be actually to the 2 is where they'll mark it. So it will still be third down. It'll be third down and about a yard to go. So third down and a yard to go as the Titans walk to the line of scrimmage. This drive started after a Buffalo fumble in the Stanley County's 25-yard line. Here is Colton Tobin trying to turn a corner. He'll dive, and he is in. That is a Vernon Plankinton. Colton Tobin with a 2-yard run early in this football game. 8:47 remains in quarter number 1. And it is Mount Vernon Plankinton 6, Stanley County 0, as we await the 2-point conversion try. So the turnover on the opening kickoff for the Buffaloes, a costly one, as the Titans here will walk up to the line of scrimmage. Hayden Hack, the quarterback, the 165-pound senior, will send a man in motion. They'll hand it off. This is Colton Tobin right up the middle, and he is in. 2-point conversion is good. 8:47 remains in the opening quarter. It is an 8-0 lead for Mount Vernon Plankinton. And we're back with the Titan kickoff in 1 minute on KPLO.
Line them up and knock them down. The starting lineup on KPLO is brought to you by Jet Lanes Impresso. Jet Lanes invites you in for great food and great fun on the lanes. Challenge your friends to a match or just hang out and relax. Enjoy a full menu including steaks, burgers, and made-to-order pizzas. You can also watch your favorite game on the big screen. Jet Lanes Impresso, downtown P-Town's #1 fun spot and a proud sponsor of our local high school athletes.
When you need a plumber, it can be a stressful situation. You want someone who can get the job done right and give you a fair price. Graves Plumbing. No matter the size of your project, Graves Plumbing can handle your residential and commercial plumbing. You and your project are important to Graves Plumbing. So if you need a plumber in the future, or right now, give Graves Plumbing a call. 222-8400. 222-8400. Graves Plumbing, Pier.
Scoring drive for Mount Vernon Plankinton. They go 25 yards in 5 plays. A 2-yard Colton Tobin run puts the Titans on the board. And here is Stanley County fielding the kickoff here. That is Isaac Cliff. And Cliff with a carry up to the 30-yard line. Stanley County will have the football there, first down and 10. The quarterback for Stanley County is Riley Hannum, a 6-foot senior. Dylan Gabriel will work in the backfield, a 175-pound junior. The other fullback will be Brady Hofteaser, a 240-pound senior. Nathan Cook, a tight end. Slater Topol, the center. On the right side, Will Spangenberg and Tracy Nielsen. On the left side, Austin Hand and Dylan Endress. As Hannum will hand the football off, and right up the middle, this is Dylan Gabriel, and Gabriel up across the 30 to the 34-yard line. He is brought down there. The tackle made by Jamaica Washington. He got in there to make the stop. Colton Tobin there as well. Gain of 3 yards in the play, and it will bring up second down. Could not ask for a much better night for high school football here as the wind has went down. In fact, we opened our window from our vantage point here at the Chad Greenway Family Press Box at Heroes Field in Mount Vernon. Here is Riley Hannum. They'll throw the bubble screen out in the flat. Pass is caught, but nowhere to go for Dylan Gabriel. As the tackle made upfield, and that was a well-executed play defensively for Thomas Baker. It will be a loss of the play back to the 29-yard line. So it'll be a loss of 4, and it will bring up 3rd down and 11. And this for Stanley County, I think, is a big possession. You want to be able to at least maybe pick up a 1st down or 2, but you do not want to give the football right back to Mount Vernon Plankinton after they operate with an 8-0 lead. Hannah will work shotgun this time as they will work with 3 wide receivers, slot to the right as well. They'll run the jet sweep, and the ball carrier is J.D. Carter, and Carter still on his feet, has a 1st down, and he'll bring it up across the 40 and get the football to the 42, 43-yard line. Nice play call there. J.D. Carter will convert there on 3rd and 11. He'll pick up about 13 on that run, 14 yards to be exact, as he brings the football up across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that will be a 1st down for Stanley County. The Buffalo sure needed that as they walk to the line of scrimmage here. Hannum under center with 4 wide receivers, quick count, play action, back to pass looking, fires it upfield, pass is thrown low and incomplete. Hannum trying to hit the intended receiver, Brady Hofteaser, but good coverage downfield. The Titans with Lincoln Anderson in the area, and an incomplete pass. It will bring up 2nd down and 10. Very nice crowd tonight here in Mount Vernon. A very good evening for high school football. We'll try to update scores as we can. A lot of games going on. A lot of games being covered by Dakota Radio Group Station. Here is Hannum, handing it right up the middle. This is Dylan Gabriel, and Gabriel up across the 45 to the 47-yard line if they give him all his forward progress, and it appears they will. Actually, the 48-yard line is where they'll mark it. It's a pickup of about 4 yards, 5 yards in the play, and it will bring up 3rd down. So Stanley County starting to make some things happen here. They've had a couple positive plays, and here's a 3rd down and 5 for the Buffaloes as they try to work their way to midfield, and a handoff to Hofteaser, and Brady with just some power running will get close to the 1st down marker. We'll wait for them to unpile and see, but from our vantage point, it appears that he has enough for a 1st down. They put the football at the 46-yard line of Mount Vernon Plankinton. He needed to get to the 47 to hand it to Hofteaser in just a minute. He'll blast his way inside the 45 and down to the 43-yard line. And he did a good job there. Just not fancy, but a nice 3-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd down. Stanley County in and out of the huddle in a hurry. They show some pep in their step as they offset in the backfield. Hannum under center with the ends in tight. Receivers each way. They'll hand it off. 2nd man through. This is Carter looking for running room. He'll get the corner. Takes the block and down the side, and he goes. It is out of bounds. Inside and down to the 16-yard line. Nice call there. J.D. Carter. Good speed as he bounces to the outside and moves his drive. Started back at their own 30-yard line. The Buffaloes fumbled the opening kickoff. That gave a short field to Mount Vernon score 3 or 5 later. They had the football Buffalo 25-yard line for their first possession. Here the Buffaloes will high snap to hand off the middle. That team keeping it between the tackles for the most part. We are cruising right along here in quarter time. 5 minutes remaining in our opening period. It will be Gabriel, the deep back behind the fullback Hofteaser. Hannum under center. Gives it to Hofteaser, and Brady with not a lot of running room there. 6'3" frame forward and pick up about 2 yards on the play, moving the football to the 13, and it will bring up 2nd down. Pardon me, 3rd down. 3rd down and 6 yards to go for Stanley County. We talked about the 4 territory earlier. This is 4-down territory for the Buffaloes, I think. So Hannum will work under center. The Buffaloes have been crisp in and out of the huddle. Handoff up the middle, and this is Dylan Gabriel, and he is going to be very close to that 1st down mark. He needed to get just inside the 5, and he is going to be very close, but short. So about a yard, and it will bring up 4th down. So now the Buffaloes with a big 4th down here, as the play will come from the sideline as Riley Hannum talking to head coach Max Foth, and Hannum will head to the huddle. Buffaloes walk to the line of scrimmage. They'll split a man out wide to the right. Reed with Zorik to the short side. Lathan Prince. He shows their conference, I guess, and they will first down for the Buffaloes. So Stanley County will move to the chain as they get set to go here. Working to 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Gabriel will be the deep back in that I formation. Look, slot to the right. They'll hand it off in the end round. This is J. Carter, and Carter gets to about the 2-yard line. He was pushed out, or Pranger got a hold of it and kept him out of the goal line. They get to about the 2, and it will be second down and goal from there. This is a come away with points here. This is definitely a momentum-changing drive, as was the turnover on the opening kickoff. Momentum-changing situation for Stanley County. Hannum will work under center as he surveys the defensive 9 box. Handoff Carter up the middle. He is in. That is a J.D. Carter 2-yard touchdown run, and that makes it an 8-6 score with 2:28 remaining here in quarter number 1. And that was a very impressive drive for Stanley County. 13 plays, 70 yards on the scoring drive as the Buffaloes get 6. They're going to try to kick the extra point. It will be a Reed with Zorik kick out of the Riley Hannum hole. Snaps a good one. Hannum gets it down. Kick is up, and it is blocked. 2-point convert. The extra point is no good, but Stanley County gets on the board with 2:28 remaining in quarter number 1. It is Mount Vernon Plankinton 8, Stanley County 6 in 1 minute.
The State Senior Health Insurance Program and the Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection are fighting fraud and abuse in the health. You have Medicare. You can have a Medicare number. Don't share it with anybody who contacts you by telephone, email, or in person. Medicare will never contact you for your Medicare number or other personal information. To report potential fraud, waste, or abuse, call Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-9. That's 1-800-300-1986.
First impressions mean a lot. A nice, healthy smile makes a great first impression. Dr. Pat Hermanson and Dr. Brent Swenson are masters of the healthy smile. They offer family dentistry in a warm, relaxed, patient-friendly office at 433 South Central here. New patients are always welcome. Call Dr. Pat Hermanson Swenson for an appointment at 224-5966. 224
28, a third down and 2.
Beyond respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. Sports. The outcome that matters most, with the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Second down, 8 yards to go for Mount Vernon Plankinton as they hand off middle. Colton Tobin with the carry. He'll move the football into Stanley County territory. In fact, inside their 45 to the 43-yard line. And that will be on a second down 8 situation. Pick up there. J.D. Carter in our state. Mount Vernon Plankinton working under center, a double wing look as they send Pranger in motion to the short side. They'll work some misdirection. Wesson Tobin has it, tries to spin out of a would-be tackle, does get away for a moment, but does not get far. Austin Hand line. Lost Buff, and what is the makings of a track meet here in Mount Vernon. Hannum with it, 3-step drop, corner blitz comes, and Hannum is sacked. Back at the 35-yard line, he did not see that one coming. It came from his blind side, and making the tackle from the outside, Lincoln Anderson And that will move the football back to the 35-yard line, and Stanley County will be in a punting situation as Riley Hannum will get set to kick the football away. Matt Cook will stand at his own 30-yard line, and so the Mount Vernon Plankinton defense making a big play. Here is a line drive kick for Hannum that will get over the head of Cook and will be chased all the way back and down at the 10-yard line. So Stanley County needed a big punt. They were able to get that from Riley Hannum. And now Mount Vernon Plankinton will be pinned back deep in their own territory with the football at the 10-yard line. They'll have it first down and 10. The Titans have scored on their first two possessions of this football game. Britton Heckla leading Potter County. That score is a 34-14 score as we work in the, I believe they are nearing halftime up in Britton. Here from the 10-yard line, Mount Vernon Plankinton will go to work. Hack the quarterback, gives it to Weston Tobin. Tobin trying to get to the outside. He has bumped hard. Jaden Face got in there and lowered his shoulder and turned Tobin around. In fact, sent him the other way, and no gain on the play, and it will bring up second down and 10. So this is an opportunity for Stanley County's defense to make a stand. They need to make a big defensive play here as they would love to get that football in a short field. They need to make the Titans go 3 and out here on this possession. As the Buffaloes will commit 5 at the line of scrimmage. And here is Colton Tobin, the ball carrier. And he's not going to get a lot of yardage. He'll move it up across the 12 to the 13-yard line before he is brought down. A good job again, Jaden Face. I think J.D. Carter got in there to help out as well. It will be a gain of 4 officially. And it will bring up second down, make it third down. Third down and about 6 yards to go. So here is the opportunity for Stanley County's defense, as we said, to try to make a defensive stand. As Hawk will, for the first time, work out of the shotgun. And back to pass looking. Now he'll pick it up, head upfield, and he is not going to get much. Back to the line of scrimmage is all, and a good job there by staying home by Brady Hofteaser. And Stanley County needed a 3 and out, and they got the 3 and out for Mount Vernon Plankinton. The Titans will have to punt, and Stanley County should wind up with some pretty decent field position. We thought Mount Vernon Plankinton was going to have decent field position after the Buffalo punt, but that line drive punt by Hannum that got over everybody's head and rolled down to the 10 is what really slowed things down for the Titans. Here is the Matt Cook punt, and it is a short wobbler that will get covered up and will be down at the 49-yard line. So the 49-yard line of Mount Vernon Plankinton is where Stanley County will have the football first down and 10. This will be their third drive of the football game. They trail by a 14-6 score as we are already nearing 4 minutes remaining in this first half. As the Buffaloes able to put together one scoring drive. They scored with 2:28 remaining in the opening quarter on a 2-yard J.D. Carter run. Here is Hannum as he works under center, full house backfield, and they'll give the football off to Gabriel. Option pass, they're going to throw the deep ball downfield, and the pass is incomplete. Lots of contact downfield. Reed Wazorek was the intended receiver, and a well-thrown ball there by Dylan Gabriel. And again, if you're going to make that kind of play at this point in the field, you want to make sure that you throw it far enough past the defense that the only person that could make a play on it was the intended receiver, Reed Wazorek. And Wazorek got a hand on it, maybe a second hand, but not at the same time, and could not hang on to it. It's an incomplete pass, and it brings up second down and 10, but that'll loosen up the defense a little. We'll see what Stanley County does here on second and 10, and they'll hand the football off. This is Gabriel right up the middle, and he'll move the football inside the 45, spin forward, and get it to the 43-yard line. That is a 6-yard pickup on that second down run, and it will bring up third down. Stanley County trailing by a 14-6 score as we are inside of 4 minutes remaining in this first half. The Buffaloes quickly in and out of the huddle as they work up to the line of scrimmage. Hannum Hands the football off. This is J.D. Carter looking for running room. He'll get the corner turned, and down the sideline he goes. He's at the 10, at the 5, touchdown. That is a 43-yard touchdown run for J.D. Carter, his second touchdown of the football game. That kid has some wheels. And Stanley County with an opportunity here with a two-point conversion to tie this football game with 3:21 remaining in quarter number 2. That was a quick scoring drive by Stanley County that was set up by their defense after that good Riley Hannum punt. And Mount Vernon Plankinton was buried deep in their own territory. Buffaloes were able to score on a 49-yard scoring drive. They'll take a timeout before the two-point conversion. 14-12, extra point upcoming. We'll break for 30 seconds in return on KPLO.
Today, the average person spends more time researching their TV purchases than they spend researching their mortgage options. TVs are pretty complex, but have you ever tried to read a mortgage contract? Think about it. Shouldn't we be giving at least as much consideration to a 30-year loan as we do a 50-inch screen? At First Dakota, we believe that the more a home buyer knows, the better the home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. We love answering questions. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
Timeouts are brought to you by Hutch's Cafe and Lounge in Presho. And your next timeout, stop by Hutch's Cafe and Lounge for a great meal and beverage. Check out the live video of our football matchup here tonight, this opening round playoff game. J.D. Carter showed a lot of speed down the sideline, and it's archived as well. You can check it out later. Check out YouTube and search KPLO Sports. This is a big two-point conversion here for the Buffaloes. That's why they took a timeout. Hannum is the quarterback. They will send a man in motion. That is Dylan Gabriel, slot left, handoff, Hoff-Teaser right up the middle. And the two-point conversion is good, and we are tied at 14. 3:21 remains in the first half. Let's take a 1-minute break and return to Mount Vernon. You're listening to regional high school football coverage on KPLO.
When you need a plumber, it can be a stressful situation. You want someone who can get the job done right and give you a fair price. You want Graves Plumbing. No matter the size of your project, Graves Plumbing can handle your residential and commercial plumbing. You and your project are important to Graves Plumbing. So if you need a plumber in the future or right now, give Graves Plumbing a call. 222-8400. 222-8400. Graves Plumbing, Pier.
First impressions mean a lot. A nice, healthy smile makes a great first impression. Dr. Pat Hermanson and Dr. Brent Swenson are masters of the healthy smile. They offer family dentistry in a warm, relaxed, patient-friendly office at 433 South Central in Pier. New patients are always welcome. Call Dr. Pat Hermanson or Dr. Brent Swenson for an appointment at 224-5966. 224-5966. Located at 433 South Central in Pier.
Updating scores for you in the 9A playoffs. Sully Buttes, or 9B playoffs, pardon me. They lead Hitchcock-Tulare by 16-0 score there as at halftime. Here, Mount Vernon Plankinton on the return and breaking it downfield. That is Weston Tobin. Tobin with a nice return as he brings the football out to the Titan 44-yard line. So this has been a game of answers. You talk about Stanley County fumbling the kickoff and their opening on the opening kickoff. Mount Vernon Plankinton was able to score. Stanley County needed to answer. They put together that 13-play, 70-yard scoring drive where J.D. Carter scored on a 2-yard touchdown run. Mount Vernon Plankinton answered that as they put together an 80-yard scoring drive of their own to go up 14-6. Then Stanley County, who had to punt, used a good punt and some good defense to set up field position. And now Mount Vernon to get their touchdown using a short field. And now Mount Vernon Plankinton with a good return here. They'll go to work. And here, the pitch back, Weston Tobin looking for running room. He'll get into that second level. He will get into Stanley County territory. J.D. Carter and Reed Wazorek making a touchdown-saving tackle in Stanley County territory at the 41-yard line. So Mount Vernon Plankinton doing a good job here of answering Stanley County's scoring run. And we have seen some big plays from both of these teams here in this first half. We still have just a little under 3 minutes remaining until intermission. I formation look, slot left, they'll work the end around. This is Hunter Pranger, and Pranger will not get much. In fact, will lose yardage on the play back to the 44-yard line, and it will bring up a third down situation. It will be third down and about 14 yards to go. Good defense on the part of Stanley County as the Buffaloes trying to let their defense set their offense up in good position here. Second down and 13 yards to go, and now a whistle, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Mount Vernon Plankinton. Timeouts are brought to you by Hutch's Cafe and Lounge in Presho, and your next timeout, stop by Hutch's Cafe and Lounge for a great meal and beverage. It is a 14-14 score, and we're back in 30 seconds on KPLO.
Need a quick and easy meal option? Try the Take-Two deal from Pizza Ranch. This takeout deal includes 2 entrees of your choice, like pizza or chicken, or both, plus 2 sides for only $5. To get started, buy your to-go container at the counter and hit the buffet to find your Pizza Ranch favorites. For 99 cents extra, you can add a 21-ounce beverage. Visit the Pizza Ranch today next to the bridge in Fort Pierre to enjoy this easy on-the-go meal choice.
Over in Murdo in the 9AA playoffs, Kimball White Lake in control against Jones County White River. That game is in the third quarter. It is 48-6. Kimball White Lake has the lead there. Here we are tied at 14 with 2:16 remaining in the first half. The quarterback, Hayden Hack, will pitch it back. This is a bad pitch. Weston Tobin had to get on top of it. And he'll lose yardage again as they move the football back to the 48-yard line. That will bring up third down, and it'll be third and about 17 for Mount Vernon Plankinton. And Stanley County here, with 2 timeouts remaining, will be content to just let the clock run. I think they got to feel really good about how things started out for them, how disastrous things started out for them, and how they were able to fight their way back into this football game. Here, third down and very long as Mount Vernon Plankinton will work shotgun. They'll go read option right. It is Weston Tobin with the carry. He'll get the corner turn, and then Tobin finally will go out of bounds. It was, I believe, DJ Gabriel. Isaac Cliff got over there as well to help out defensively, and it'll be a gain of about 9 yards. It will be fourth and about 8. And we'll see what Mount Vernon Plankinton does here. They are in Stanley County territory as they have the football at the Buffalo 39-yard line. The Titans will be content to let the clock run down as much as they can, and then they will use their second timeout of the first half. Timeouts from Hutch's Cafe and Lounge in Presho, and your next timeout, stop by Hutch's Cafe and Lounge for a great meal and beverage. And we will take a 30-second break in return. You're listening to coverage of regional high school football from KPLO.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in South Dakota. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We have 53 seconds remaining in the first half here from Mount Vernon. Very good football game on a very nice night for football as we play here on the 18th of October. It is a 14-14 score as Mount Vernon Plankinton looks like they're going to get ready to punt the football away. Stanley County should wind up with some pretty good field position. In fact, though, the Buffalo is not going to send anybody back deep as they are thinking perhaps maybe Mount Vernon Plankinton is going to try something, and they will. They'll fake it rolling to the left, and this is Hack. He'll throw it deep downfield, passes underthrown, but it's caught, and that'll be a first down. He underthrew the football by a bunch, but coming back to it was Weston Tobin, and Tobin makes the reception And going for it on 4th and long, they will move it down to the 4-yard line. Boy, that was a big-time gamble there by Mount Vernon Plankinton. And now with the first down, chains are set. Ball is ready for play. Clock runs. Hack will snap it with 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Read option right. Tobin with it. Tobin will turn the corner, and he is in for a touchdown. Colton Tobin with the touchdown from 4 yards out. And that is a big, big turn of events for Mount Vernon Plankinton, where it looked like they were going to give the football to Stanley County. The Buffaloes were going to be content being tied at halftime against the Titans, but instead they faked that punt, throw it deep on 4th down, pass was caught, and then the Titans were able to put points on the scoreboard, and now they're going to go for 2. Hack under center as he will take the snap, fumbles it, whistle, and a penalty flag flies. And, well, it's going to be a timeout taken by Mount Vernon Plankinton. Coach Brent Olson saw something he didn't like, and a smart call there as he uses his final timeout of the first half. The Titans will get ready to go for 2 after we take a 30-second break on KPLO.
The members of the Stanley County Booster Club are proud to sponsor the Stanley County Wish List. Each year, Booster Club members raise money used to grant thousands of dollars of wishes made by teachers, coaches, advisors, and administration. They invite you to join them. They welcome your ideas and would appreciate your help serving even just one night in the concession stand. Meetings are held the first Monday each month, 6:30 p.m. at the Valley Tap. They invite you to join them. The Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SC.
They have played 3 quarters in Pierre. It was a 6 o'clock tip-off at Hollister Field. And Pierre leading Aberdeen Central by 30-0 score. For the Governors, that is their final regular season game as the 11 AA and AAA and 11A playoffs get underway next week. 46-6 is the lead for Kimball White Lake over Jones County White River. We hope to get a lot of scores for you at halftime. Here, Hack will go for it, go for 2, and a pass thrown upfield is incomplete. The 2-point conversion is no good. But with 31 seconds remaining in this first half, it is a 20-14 lead for Mount Vernon Plankinton. And the Titans will kick off after we take a 30-second break on KPLO.
McDonald's in Pierre is hiring. This is Stacy Lee, the general manager of the Pierre McDonald's. We are offering flexible scheduling, advancement opportunities, along with great wages. McDonald's in Pierre wants you. McDonald's in Pierre is looking to add more talent starting at $10 an hour. Plus, McDonald's Archways to Opportunity provides eligible employees online program to get your high school diploma for free. Tuition assistance up to $3,000 a year and scholarships. Apply online at mcdonalds.com/careers or stop in at McDonald's in Pierre.
For Mount Vernon Plankinton, that was a 4-play, call it a 6-play, 56-yard scoring drive for the Titans. That 4th down and long situation where they threw it deep downfield. An interception would have been as good as a punt, but a good gamble there by the Titans, and it was a pass that was caught by Weston Tobin. It set up Colton Tobin for his second touchdown run of the first half. And now Stanley County, with 2 timeouts and 30 seconds remaining in the quarter, will get an opportunity. As the Buffaloes will field from their own 18, they'll fake the reverse. This is Lathan Prince on the return. Prince will turn the corner, and Prince will get the football up to the 26-yard line. And the Buffaloes will have the football there, first down and 10. Again, Stanley County has 2 timeouts left here in this first half. They have not thrown the football very much in this first half. They have been able to get the ground game working. J.D. Carter with 2 touchdown runs, one of 2 yards and the other a 43-yard touchdown scamper. And we'll see what the Buffaloes can do here on a very fast track in Mount Vernon. Hannum will work out of the short shotgun position. A man will come in motion, and they'll hand it off right up the middle. This is Gabriel, and Gabriel will get into that second level as he brings the football up across the 30 to the 34-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 6. Stanley County will take a quick timeout. And we'll keep it here as it gives us an opportunity to try to update some scores. 48-6. That's actually going to be a 5-yard mark off and a penalty against Stanley County. So that will negate a very good first down run, and it will be a 1st and 15 situation. The first penalty for Stanley County in this football game. Britton leading Potter County, as we mentioned, 34-14. Mobridge Pollock leading Groton area, a team that I thought was going to go far in the playoffs, but Mobridge Pollock with a 13-0 lead over the Tigers. That game being played in Groton. Here Stanley County will work as Hannum with some play action will fire it upfield, and the pass is incomplete. Trying to hit J.D. Carter upfield, and the pass was thrown wide and incomplete as Weston Tobin is in coverage, and it will be 3rd down and 15 now. As the Buffaloes with time for probably one more play before we go to halftime. Buffaloes will have the football from their left hash mark. They will send Reed Razoric split out wide to the right side. And split in the backfield. They'll hand the football off. The ball bounces up to Dylan Gabriel, and Gabriel with the carry up to the 35-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, and that will be the end of the first half. Scoreboard from Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the farm equipment available at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Don't forget to check out DarrenBoyleSales.com. We will take a 3-minute break, and we'll return here to Mount Vernon. Our Buy Right Seed halftime report is next on KPLO.
Ray Hybrids is dedicated.
Howdy.
How are you? You got some sport for me?
Kimball White Lake was smoking Jones County.
Hey, Darren? Hello?
Hey, John, how we doing?
That third touchdown cut was just horrible. You were breaking up so bad there during that time. So
Okay, so we got the first one, the second one, don't have.
third one.
Yeah, hopefully you got
That's
that
fourth and
long
a fifth
run
one.
by Stanley County, so that's good. So 20-14. I better send the text off to the boys.
That third cut.
Well, we just ain't got enough signal.
It's just gotten better. It's a while.
Well, I moved one of my MiFis up to the roof, and I got it on a 2x4 up in the air, and it seemed to have cleared up my signal.
I don't know that.
Well, and then this, I don't know. I've never had my TeamSpeak break up before.
It's dropped.
Yeah, I've never seen it do that before. I mean, it was gone.
It was that's just at the end of that touchdown. Stop. That third touchdown. Yeah, that third touchdown.
Okay.
All right, last one playing here.
Okay.
Has you covered. If you have a loan with us for a small fee, you can skip one or all of your loan payments for either the month of November, December, or January. A portion of that fee will go to support a local charity. Just one way you can help us make your community a better place. Stop in and see us at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre.
With John Neff at Dakota Radio Group's World Headquarters, I'm absolutely gorgeous October evening as the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans scoring a touchdown late in quarter number 2. They have the lead over Stanley County. The score is 20-14, but this has been a game where both teams have thrown their haymakers in the first half. Big plays by both as we have a lot to talk about here as we take a look at our scoring. It started out, Stanley County won the toss, elected to receive with the football, and they turned the football over on the opening kickoff that gave Mount Vernon Plankinton a very short field to work with. They had the football at Stanley County's 25-yard line to start their first possession of the ball game. And 5 plays, 25 yards later, it was Colton Tobin who started out the scoring for the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans. This drive started after a Buffalo fumble. Stanley County's 25-yard line. Here is Colton Tobin trying to turn the corner. He'll dive, and he is in. That is a touchdown for Mount Vernon Plankinton. The 2-point conversion was a Colton Tobin run. That made it 8-0 with 8:47 remaining in quarter number 1. But Stanley County was able to regroup, and we mentioned haymakers. That first one was the Titans as they score early, but Stanley County was able to put together a nice scoring drive and a nice answer to adversity. They put together a 13-play, 70-yard drive that not only put points on the board, but took a lot of time off that first quarter clock. The Buffaloes score with 2:28 remaining in quarter number 1. It was J.D. Carter who scores from 2 yards out. Under center as he surveys the defense. There's 9 in the box. Handoff Carter up the middle. He is in. Touchdown. That is a J.D. Carter 2-yard touchdown run. Kick for the extra point was blocked, and that is where we ended quarter number 1 scoring. It was Mount Vernon Plankinton 8 and Stanley County 6. The Titans had the football as we started quarter number 2, and they put together a 12-play, 80-yard scoring drive that was capped off by a Matt Cook 24-yard touchdown pass from Hayden Hack. The extra point was a run that was no good, and Mount Vernon Plankinton made it an 8-point advantage with a 14-6 score. So another big drive, another big answer from Mount Vernon Plankinton. Stanley County needed to regroup. They did that. They had to punt the football away on the ensuing drive, but they pinned Mount Vernon Plankinton deep in their own territory and forced the Titans to punt the football away. Stanley County came up with some very good field position out of it. They started a drive inside of Mount Vernon Plankinton territory at the Titans' 49-yard line. And with 3:21 remaining in the second quarter, J.D. Carter scores touchdown number 2 to tie the football game for Stanley County. Buffaloes quickly in and out of the huddle as they work up to the line of scrimmage. Hannum hands the football off. This is J.D. Carter looking for running room. They'll get the corner turn, and down the sideline he goes. He's at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown. The Buffaloes needed the extra point. They took a timeout to get things set up. They spread everybody out to the right side, which was the wide side of the field. They gave it to Brady Hofteaser. Hofteaser, the fullback, ran in the 2-point conversion to tie things at 14. Again, that capped off a 3-play, 49-yard scoring drive to tie things at 14. But Mount Vernon Plankinton was able to put together a good drive to end the first half for them. They put together a 6-play, 58-yard scoring drive. They faced a 4th and long situation. We thought that Mount Vernon Plankinton was going to punt the football away, but instead they fake it. They throw it deep downfield. Quarterback Hayden Hack was the punter, but he also got it downfield and into the hands of Weston Tobin. He made a catch inside the 5-yard line down at the 4, and that set up a short run for Mount Vernon Plankinton to get the lead back as the half wound down here in Mount Vernon. Hack will snap it with 38 seconds remaining in the quarter. Read option right. Tobin with it. Tobin will turn the corner, and he is in for a touchdown. Colton Tobin's second touchdown run of the ball game. 2-point conversion was no good. And with 31 seconds remaining in the half, Mount Vernon Plankinton got the lead once again as they have a 20-14 advantage over Stanley County. The Buffaloes with a couple plays, but a couple positive plays early in this drive, the final seconds of the first half, but a false start penalty on second down kind of messed up the drive, and Stanley County was content to go to the locker room down by 7. football to start the second half. 20-14 is our halftime score, and we'll have more. And we'll talk about scores around central South Dakota and beyond after we take a 3-minute break on KPLO.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in South Dakota are safer than ever before. That's something I really love.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The members of the Stanley County Booster Club are proud to sponsor the Stanley County Wish List. Each year, Booster Club members raise money used to grant thousands of dollars of wishes made by teachers, coaches, advisors, and administration. They invite you to join them. They welcome your ideas and would appreciate your help serving even just one night in the concession stand. Meetings are held the first Monday each month, 6:30 p.m. at the Valley Tap. They invite you to join them. The Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SC.
McDonald's in Pierre is hiring. This is Stacy Lee, the general manager of the Pierre McDonald's. We are offering flexible scheduling, advancement opportunities, along with great wages. McDonald's in Pierre wants you. McDonald's in Pierre is looking to add more talent starting at $10 an hour. Plus, McDonald's Archways to Opportunity provides eligible employees online program to get your high school diploma for free. Tuition assistance up to $3,000 a year in scholarships. Apply online at mcdonalds.com/careers or stop in at McDonald's in Pierre.
Today, the average person spends more time researching their TV purchases than they spend researching their mortgage options. TVs are pretty complex, but have you ever tried to read a mortgage contract? Think about it. Shouldn't we be giving at least as much consideration to a 30-year loan as we do a 50-inch screen? At First Dakota, we believe that the more a home buyer knows, the better the home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. We love answering questions. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
When you need a plumber, it can be a stressful situation. You want someone who can get the job done right and give you a fair price. You want Graves Plumbing. No matter the size of your project, Graves Plumbing can handle your residential and commercial plumbing. You and your project are important to Graves Plumbing. So if you need a plumber in the future, or right now, give Graves Plumbing a call. 222-8400. 222-8400. Graves Plumbing, here.
First impressions mean a lot. A nice, healthy smile makes a great first impression. Dr. Pat Hermanson and Dr. Brent Swenson are masters of the healthy smile. They offer family dentistry in a warm, relaxed, patient-friendly office at 433 South Central in Pierre. New patients are always welcome. Call Dr. Pat Hermanson or Dr. Brent Swenson for an appointment at 224-5966. 224-5966. Located at 433 South Central in Pierre.
With John Neff at Dakota Radio Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. We have scores to pass along to you. One final already. It is a 48-6 win for Kimball White Lake as they defeat Jones County White River. They are probably late in the third quarter at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field in Pierre. The Pierre Governors playing their final regular season game. The 11 AA, AAA, and the 11A schools playing their final regular season game tonight. And it is Pierre with a 30-0 lead over Aberdeen Central last week.
checking account with us. Stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and see how we can help you get ready for the holiday season.
Each South Dakota farmer operates differently, and that means that ag insurance should be as unique as every farmer in the field. Fisher Rounds and Associates gets to know you and your operation before we find a policy. That way, we can make sure you have the coverage you need. Contact Fisher Rounds and Associates and see what it means to have us at your service and at your side. Fisher Rounds and Associates, serving South Dakota farmers with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Our kickoff for the second half is brought to you by the Harry K. GM Store in Chamberlain and the Harry K. Ford Store in Winter. They are your best stores for all the new 2019 Chevy Silverado and Ford F-150s. They'll put you in the right truck at the right price. And Harry K's, they'll make it happen for you. As Reed Wazorek will approach the football, getting set to kick off. And as he made a move to the football, the ball blew off the tee. We talked about the wind, which was blowing out of the southwest at a pretty good clip when we arrived here a couple hours before kickoff. It went down for a while, but as we went through the halftime break, the ball started to, or the wind started to pick up once again. We'll see what it does to both of these teams as we start the second half. Wazorek on the move. He'll kick it high and deep, and it will be fielded by Mount Vernon Plankinton as they bring it right up the middle on the middle return. The return man, number 28, and that is Jesse Hastings. And Hastings will bring the football up across the 30, across the, well, to the 34-yard line is where they will place it. Vernon Plankinton will have the football there, first down and 10. The Titans with a 24 to, or 20 to 14 lead, and here the whistle and a penalty. Turn the corner. Hastings down the sideline, and he'll bring the football into Stanley County territory, and he'll move the football to the 44-yard line. That's the 34-yard line, pardon me, and a nice run there by Hastings, who made a couple nice plays in this second half for the Titans. Chance for them to get up by 2 scores here as they have the football to start the second half. It will be Weston Tobin split out wide to the right to the near side, Matt Cook. Cook caught a touchdown earlier in this ball game, and a handoff up the middle. Colton Tobin is the ball carrier. He'll get inside the 30 to about the touchdown. That is a 4-yard Colton Tobin run. Tobin with his third touchdown of the football game, and Mount Vernon Plankinton has made it a two-score game now, as they have a 26-14 lead as they get ready for the two-point conversion try. And this is the way Brent Olson drew it up to start the second half. A good methodical drive where they were able to put points on the board, and they also took a good 4 minutes off the third quarter clock. Pitch back, Hastings looking for running room, finds a seam, and he dives forward, and he is in. The two-point conversion is good. 28-14 is our score with 8:02 remaining in the third quarter. And Stanley County will get the football for the first time in the second half after we take a 1-minute break on KPLO.
The members of the Stanley County Booster Club are proud to sponsor the Stanley County Wish List. Each year, Booster Club members raise money used to grant thousands of dollars of wishes made by teachers, coaches, advisors, and administration. They invite you to join them. They welcome your ideas and would appreciate your help serving even just one night in the concession stand. Meetings are held the first Monday each month, 6:30 p.m. at the Valley Tap. They invite you to join them. The Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SCs.
McDonald's in Pierre is hiring. This is Stacy Lee, the general manager of the Pierre McDonald's. We are offering flexible scheduling, advancement opportunities, along with great wages. McDonald's in Pierre wants you. McDonald's in Pierre is looking to add more talent starting at $10 an hour. Plus, McDonald's Archways to Opportunity provides eligible employees online programs to get your high school diploma for free. Tuition assistance up to $3,000 a year and scholarships. Apply online at mcdonalds.com/careers or stop in at McDonald's in Pierre.
Well, the Mount Vernon Plankinton kickoff goes off the side of the kicker's foot, and it goes out of bounds. That will give Stanley County some good field position here. The ball is placed right now at the 44-yard line of Mount Vernon Plankinton. That's where it went out of bounds. But I think they're going to give the football to the Buffaloes there. So a good place for Stanley County to start drive number one in the second half. They have some work to do here. They trail by 2 scores now. It is a 24-14 score. The scoring drive for Mount Vernon Plankinton, they go 66 yards, pardon me, in 8th place. Colton Tobin, 4-yard touchdown run, and here Stanley County has some work to do. Handoff. This is the ball carrier Dylan Gabriel, and Gabriel with the football inside, or he tries to exploit inside, pounds into that line of scrimmage, and he'll get a yard to the 43-yard line, and it'll bring up second down and 9. Stanley County has been in and out of the huddle in a hurry all game long as they work to the line of scrimmage here. Hannum to the line of scrimmage, receivers each way, split in the backfield. Hannum with a 3-step drop, swings it into the flat, passes tipped and intercepted. And on the return, this is Hastings, I believe. He is on the move. Down the sideline he goes, and he is finally going to be forced out of bounds. Nolan Sampson with the interception, I believe. But let's wait and see as they unpile. Number 22, Nolan Sampson with the interception. It bounced off of Lathan Prince. He was the intended receiver. It bounced off his shoulder pad and went right into the hands of J.D. Carter. It will be the second turnover for Stanley County, and it will give Mount Vernon Plankinton another offensive opportunity. There is going to be a penalty on the return that will move it back a little bit, but I believe the interception is going to stand. With the block in the back on the return, it tackle, and he is in for a touchdown. That is a 65-yard Jesse Hastings run, and that makes it a 34-14 score. Stanley County needed to make a defensive stop. Instead, Mount Vernon Plankinton with one of their biggest plays of the game, and Jesse Hastings with a 65-yard touchdown run now makes it a three-score football game. Stanley County, they have some work to do.
Looking for future leaders who are innovating? Let's celebrate our sports high school sports teach young people how to be responsible citizens. They include learning the lessons of accepting responsibility, being a role model, and discipline. The result is transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Executive Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Members of the Stanley County Booster Club are proud to sponsor the Stanley County Wish List. Each year, Booster Club members raise money used to grant thousands of dollars of wishes made by teachers, coaches, advisors, and administration. They invite you to join them. They welcome your ideas and would appreciate your help serving even just one night in the concession stand. Meetings are held the first Monday each month, 6:30 p.m. at the Valley Tap. They invite you to join them. The Stanley County Booster Club, proud to be SC.
34-14 is our score as Stanley County works with the football here, facing a third down and 6 situation. J.D. Carter is the ball carrier, and Carter with the carry. He'll move the football to the Mount Vernon Plankinton 46-yard line. It will be a pickup of about 3 yards, and 4th down and 3 is upcoming for the Buffaloes. And Stanley County, who trails by 20 in this ball game by a 34-14 score, will go for it here as the Mount Vernon Plankinton faithful get into it here and exalt their team for defense. Here is Hannah handing the football off, and with the carry, it will be a first down for Stanley County. I believe that was Dylan Gabriel, but we'll wait for him to unpile, and some tough yardage there for the Buffaloes. J.D. Carter actually with the carry, and Carter will move the football down to the Mount Vernon Plankinton 41-yard line, and that will be a first down for Stanley County. They need points in a hurry as they trail by 3 scores. Hannum will walk them up to the line of scrimmage. He'll line up in the shotgun formation. Prince and Wazorek to the near side as Hannum will send Prince in motion and takes the snap. Back to pass. Prince fires it downfield and in coverage. Pass is intercepted. And then incomplete. It was in the hands of Matt Cook, but the safety could not hang on. It's incomplete, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10. Stops the clock with 10:52 remaining in the football game. Stanley County needs to spread things out and take some chances here as they trail in this football game. And a bad snap here for a touchdown. That is a 56-yard touchdown run for Dylan Gabriel. And Gabriel breaks free, and Stanley County needed points there. And they make it now a 8-point game. Or pardon me, a 13-point game with 6:47 remaining fourth quarter. Out to the outside, and then was able to get in that second level and break the tackle and two downfield. Here's Reed Resorick with the extra point try. The kick is up, and it is good. And Stanley County puts points on the board with 6:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It is Mount Vernon Plankinton 34, Stanley County 21. The Buffaloes will kick off in 1 minute on KPLO.
First impressions mean a lot. A nice, healthy smile makes a great first impression. Dr. Pat Hermanson and Dr. Brent Swenson are masters of the healthy smile. They offer family dentistry in a warm, relaxed, patient-friendly office at 433 South Central in Pierre. New patients are always welcome. Call Dr. Pat Hermanson or Dr. Brent Swenson for an appointment at 224-5966. 224-5966. Located at 433 South Central in Pierre.
Need a quick and easy meal option? Try the Take-Two deal from Pizza Ranch. This takeout deal includes 2 entrees of your choice, like pizza or chicken, or both, plus 2 sides for only $5. To get started, buy your to-go container at the counter and hit the buffet to find your Pizza Ranch favorites. For 99 cents extra, you can add a 21-ounce beverage. Visit the Pizza Ranch today next to the bridge in Fort Pierre to enjoy this easy on-the-go meal choice.
Here's some updated scores for you. Webster leading North Border 28-0. That is at the end of the third quarter. Britton Heckla defeats Potter County 66-20 was the final in that game. The other final we have for you 48-6. Jones County White River defeated by Kimball White Lake as Reed Resorick tries an onside kick, and I believe it is covered up and recovered by the Titans, and they'll have good field position here. They have the football at their own 43-yard line, first down and couple different defenders to block, and he bet on the wrong one. He blocked Trey Jones, but it was Brady Anderson who comes in and sacks Riley Hannum for the third time tonight. They will lose the yardage back to the 39-yard line. And now the Buffaloes, they have some work to do. Third down, 15 yards to go. As Hannum will work pistol formation. Jet sweep, J.D. Carter looking for some running room. Carter will turn it up. Carter with some positive yardage trying to spin out of a tackle, and he'll be forced out of bounds at the 48-yard line. He'll pick up about 7 on that play and make set up a more manageable fourth down situation. It'll be fourth down and about 7 for Stanley County. Might not be a bad time for the Buffaloes to take a timeout here, but Max Foth with the play call will send it into quarterback Riley Hannum, and the Buffaloes to the line of scrimmage. This could be the ball game here with 3:02 remaining. Hannum under center. Takes the snap, back to pass, going to set up a screen. This is Hofteaser. He'll break one tackle. Penalty flag is down as Hofteaser will move the football forward and will be driven out of bounds in Mount Vernon Plankinton territory at the 42-yard line. He'll be a couple yards short of the first down, but let's sort out the penalty. There were a couple penalty flags that were thrown. Penalty whistled against Stanley County. That is going to be declined, and that will give Mount Vernon Plankinton the football. So now Mount Vernon Plankinton, with 2:51 remaining, will be able to just work on the clock. Titans with an opportunity. Of course, they'll reseed into the second round of the playoffs, and Mount Vernon Plankinton appears to be on their way to moving on to round 2 next Thursday night. Handoff right up the middle, and the ball carrier here is Hunter Pranger, and Pranger down the sideline, finally caught from behind as Dylan Gabriel will make the stop, but Hunter Pranger with a big-time run downfield, and he will get it inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. Wasn't in the driver's seat there yet. They are now, as they are now deep in Stanley County territory from the 15-yard line. Hayden Hack will wait for that back judge to give the signal, and he'll hand the football off in the end around. This is Weston Tobin, and Tobin inside the 10, and he'll be down to about the 9-yard line. Maybe they'll give him the 10. J.D. Carter, Riley Hannum in there to make the stop. Stanley County will take a timeout. Their first 3 timeouts here in the second half. 2:15 remains. It is 34-21, Mount Vernon Plankinton. We'll take a 30-second break and return on KPLO.
I know we all don't want to hear it, but Christmas is just around the corner. Don't get blindsided by all those holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union is running a Christmas loan special. You can get up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR with payroll deduction or automatic payments from a checking account with us. Stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and see how we can help you get ready for the holiday season.
Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Another final in the 9AA playoffs. It was Webster defeating North Border. That final 42-0. Britton Hecla defeated Potter County 66-20. Sully Buttes was on their way as they were leading Hitchcock-Tulare by a 38-8 score. That was early in the fourth quarter. We have not seen a final in that football game as of yet. Here it is 34-21. Mount Vernon Plankinton with the football and the lead. We have 2:15 remaining in the football game as the Titans have the football at Stanley County's 15-yard line. After the Titans force Stanley County to turn it over on downs, the Titans starting a drive from their own 46-yard line, and a Hunter Pranger run got the ball to this point. Chance for Mount Vernon Plankinton to put a few more points on the board, and a hard count by the quarterback Hayden Hack will force a 5-yard mark-off against Stanley County. The Buffaloes have had a few penalties called. A couple have been declined here in the second half. So officially, that is just the second penalty for Stanley County in this football game for 10 yards. But a costly 5-yard mark-off will move the football inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And Mount Vernon Plankinton with another chance to put more points on the board. There's still 2:15 remaining in the quarter. Here is a handoff and a running play. That's as Matt Cook on the end around, I believe. And Cook did not get much. Pardon me, Hunter Pranger, the ball carrier. And Pranger will get to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. And Stanley County will use timeout number 2. Stops the clock with 2:04 remaining in the football game. 34-21, Mount Vernon Plankinton leads. And again, we will pause for 30 seconds on KPLO.
Each South Dakota farmer operates differently, and that means that ag insurance should be as unique as every farmer in the field. Fisher Rounds and Associates gets to know you and your operation before we find a policy. That way, we can make sure you have the coverage you need. Contact Fisher Rounds and Associates and see what it means to have us at your service and at your side. Fisher Rounds and Associates, serving South Dakota farmers with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
With John Neff at Dakota Radio Group's World Headquarters, I'm Darren Boyle. We have 2:07 remaining in this football game. 34-21, Mount Vernon Plankinton has the lead, as Stanley County just used their second timeout, as Mount Vernon Plankinton trying to put an exclamation point on this football game as they have it at Stanley County's 5-yard line. And the Buffaloes playing for pride here at this point. They would love to keep the Titans out of the end zone here, as quarterback Hayden Hawk with a long count in the backfield. Weston Tobin in motion. They'll pitch it. Here's Colton Tobin looking for running room, and Tobin is going to be stood up and spun back, and we're going to have another timeout taken by Stanley County. 3rd down and goal for the Titans as Stanley County uses their final timeout of the football game. And again, the ball rests at the 5-yard line. 34-21, Mount Vernon Plankinton has the lead, and we will take a 30-second break and return. You're listening to coverage of regional high school football from KPLO.
Want to know what I like best about high school sports? I love watching my son run on the field. I love the fact that since he's been playing high school sports, he's making better decisions. And I love knowing that with the proper equipment, education, conditioning, and coaching, high school sports here in South Dakota are safer than ever before. And that's something I really love.
This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, Stanley County trying to keep Mount Vernon Plankinton out of the end zone as the time winds down in this football game. 2:02 remains. Mount Vernon Plankinton in control as they lead by a 34-21 score. Here is quarterback Hayden Hack under center. He'll keep it himself, and he'll plow towards the goal line, and he is in for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run for Hayden Hack will put icing on the cake for Mount Vernon Plankinton, as they score here with a minute and 59 seconds remaining in the football game. That makes it a 40-21 score, as the Titans will get set to go for 2, and Stanley County will have another offensive opportunity here, but the Buffaloes just could not keep up in a ball game that started out as a track meet. We talked about how both of these teams had some big-time blows, and Hunter Pranger runs in the extra point. The 2-point conversion is good. That makes it 42-21, as Mount Vernon Plankinton on their way to victory here. As I do a little paperwork here, that was a nice scoring drive for Mount Vernon Plankinton as they went After they turn Stanley County over on downs, they go 58 yards in 5 plays and pick up the touchdown. But this started out after Stanley County won the toss. They elected to have the football to start. They turned the football over. They fumbled the opening kickoff. That gave Mount Vernon Plankinton a short field. They were able to score 5 plays later on a Colton Tobin 2-yard touchdown run, and that made it 8-0, but Stanley County was able to answer in a 2-yard J.D. Carter run. It was 8-6 as the extra point for Stanley County was blocked, and Mount Vernon Plankinton was able to come back. They put together a long scoring drive to get the lead, and they have not looked back from there. They extended the lead to 14-6. Stanley County tied it at 14 with 3:21 remaining in the second quarter, and after that, it has been Mount Vernon Plankinton. Stanley County with a touchdown in the third, but a kickoff that gets away from Lathan Prince, and Prince will cover it up, and Stanley County will have the football with just a little bit of time remaining in this football game. The Buffaloes are out of timeouts as Stanley County's season will come to an end. They entered the contest 5-3 overall. They started out losing to Mount Vernon Plankinton to start their season, then also lost to Winter, another team that we expect to have a deep run in the 11B playoffs. But after that, Stanley County put together a nice 5-game winning streak to get themselves in position for the playoffs. And maybe a win over Chamberlain would have helped their playoff position, but they would have probably still wound up on the road either way. And here, they just could not slow down the running game enough for Mount Vernon Plankinton. Here's Lathan Prince in the backfield, and he's going to fire it upfield. Pass is caught, and that is to Brady Hofteaser, and Hofteaser will bring the football up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Lathan Prince was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. In fact, was close to the goal line. He wound up losing a shoe, and they couldn't get him down, and Prince was able to throw it upfield to Hofteaser, and Brady with the reception will move the football out to the 35-yard line. So Stanley County will move the football upfield, and here a quick pass to the outside. This is J.D. Carter in space. Carter breaks the tackle, gets into that second level. He'll bring it up across the 45 to the 47-yard line. He'll pick up about 12 yards there, and that'll be another first down for the Buffaloes, but clock will start once again as soon as the ball is ready for play. Once them yard markers move, and it'll be, we're down to about 1:18 remaining. Swing pass to the outside. Dylan Gabriel makes one man miss and then another. Gabriel trying to get away, but is gang tackled here on the near side, and there will be no gain on that play. In fact, a loss in the play back to the 44-yard line. And it will bring up second down and 12. Good job there by the Mount Vernon Plankinton defense. Stanley County will walk to the line of scrimmage once again. Hannum pitches it to Gabriel. He'll fire it upfield. Pass is tipped, and it is intercepted, or is it incomplete? Ball is loose, so that's an incomplete pass, and it will bring up second down, make it third down. About 12 yards to go. Stops the clock with 41 seconds remaining in the ball game. As Stanley County season will come to an end here, they will finish 5-4. They got to feel really good about the way that they played during the season. That 5-game winning streak, a good one. They have a tough schedule, as tough as anybody in 11B football. Here is Dylan Gabriel with the carry, and Gabriel will move the football into Stanley County territory down to about the 48-yard line. But this will end a nice run at quarterback for Riley Hannum, and it will end the football career for Brady Hofteaser. And others we'll try to talk about here as the Buffaloes swing pass to the outside. J.D. Carter with the reception, another senior whose season will come to an end here. J.D. Carter with the reception will move the football to midfield, and that will stop the clock. And Stanley County will turn the football over on downs, I believe, and that will give Mount Vernon Plankinton the opportunity to take a snap and take the knee and put this football game in the books. A very good performance for the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans here tonight as they will move to round 2 of the football playoffs. Hack will take a knee as the clock winds down, and that'll do it. Final score here from Mount Vernon, 42-21. Mount Vernon Plankinton wins, and our scoreboard is brought to you by the folks at Darren Boyle Sales. Check out the farm equipment available at the lot on Sale Barn Road in Fort Pierre. Don't forget to check out the latest information at DarrenBoyleSales.com, and we'll take a break. Our postgame is next on KPLO.
The members of the Stanley County Booster
There's a couple I think I missed and stuff got dropped.
I knew we were having trouble.
Yeah, this one thing, yeah, you dropped quite a while.
Well, it's just that we don't have cell service. That's the problem. We got through the list good, didn't we?
Yeah, because you're starting to break up right now.
We get through the list good.
You're starting to blink here. Let's say wrap this up and call it a night.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, I guess.
All right, I'm going to try to check some of these finals. 66-20. I'm ready whenever you are.
Give it to this one.
All right. We'll go fast.
First Dakota National Bank. We love answering questions. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
Back here in Mount Vernon, the season comes to an end for the Stanley County Buffaloes, defeated by a very good football team that now improves to 8-1 on the season. The Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans defeat Stanley County tonight. Final score in this one, 42-21, as the Titans will move on to round 2 of the football playoffs. We'll update some scores for you. Pierre defeated Aberdeen Central tonight. It was 30-0 in the third quarter. We have not gotten a final there. Kimball White Lake will move on to round 2 of the playoffs. They went to Murdo and defeated Jones County White River by a 48-6 score. Webster defeating North Border 42-0. That ball game is final. Britton Hecla defeats Potter County 66-20 is the final in that ball game. Mobridge Pollock with probably the upset of the night in the 11B playoffs. They defeat Groton by a 13-7 score. The Tigers will move to round 2 of the playoffs. Also, Sioux Falls Christian was leading Beersford by a 21-12 score last we heard. And in the 9B playoffs, Sully Buttes, the top overall seed, they defeat Hitchcock-Tulare by a 46-8 score here tonight. Here it was 42-21 as Mount Vernon Plankinton was victorious. This ball game started out with Stanley County fumbling the opening kickoff. That set up a short field for Mount Vernon Plankinton to work. They put together a 5-play, 25-yard scoring drive that was capped off by a Colton Tobin 5-yard touchdown run. Tobin was able to score the extra point as well, and with 8:47 remaining in the opening quarter, Mount Vernon Plankinton had an 8-0 lead. But Stanley County, who battled all night long, were able to regroup and come back. They put together a 13-play, 70-yard scoring drive. They put points on the board with 2:28 remaining in quarter number 1 on a 2-yard J.D. Carter touchdown run. The extra point kick was blocked, and that is where we ended the first quarter. Mount Vernon Plankinton with with an 8-6 lead. Mount Vernon Plankinton had the football as we ended the first quarter and went into the second quarter as the Titans put together a 12-play, 80-yard scoring drive of their own. It was capped off by a Hayden Hack 24-yard touchdown pass to Matt Cook. The extra point was no good. Mount Vernon Plankinton had a 14-6 lead at that point, but Stanley County was able to come back and answer. 3 plays, 49 yards in the scoring drive. Buffaloes had it after the touchdown. They punted it deep. They buried Mount Vernon Plankinton deep in their own territory. Their defense was able to force the Titans' first punt of the ball game, which gave the Buffaloes a short field to work. 3 plays, 49 yards in the scoring drive. It was a 43-yard J.D. Carter run to tie the game at 14. That was with 3:21 remaining in quarter number 2. But Mount Vernon Plankinton was able to put together another scoring drive before we went to the halftime break. 6 plays, 56 yards in the scoring drive. The Titans, well, they went for it. They faked a punt on 4th down, threw it deep, and that pass was caught. They converted on 4th and long, and that set up a 4-yard touchdown run for Colton Tobin, his second run of the football game. 2-point conversion was no good, and that took us to the half with Mount Vernon Plankinton leading Stanley County by a 20-14 lead. Mount Vernon Plankinton had the football to start the second half, and they were able to put together a nice scoring drive to get up by 2 scores. They took about 4 minutes off that third quarter clock as well. They score with 8:02 remaining in the third. It was a 4-yard Colton Tobin run. The Jesse Hastings extra point, 2-point conversion. That made it 28-14 at that point. And then Stanley County again, went 3 and out, and it allowed, Mount Vernon Planking to put together another quick scoring drive. They go 65 yards in 3 plays. A Jesse Hastings 65-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion, no good. That made it 34-14 at that point, and that was where our score was through 3 quarters of play. Stanley County scored midway through quarter number 4. It was a 56-yard Dylan Gabriel run that tried to get Stanley County within striking distance. Reed Resorick kicked the extra point. That made it 34-14 at that point. Stanley County tried an onside kick at that point, which was not successful, and we pretty much just kept it between the 20s from there on out for quite a while until finally, with 1:59 remaining, after Stanley County turned it over on downs, Hayden Hack scored on a 5-yard touchdown run. Hunter Pranger ran in the extra point, and that is the margin of victory for Mount Vernon Plankinton. They defeat Stanley County by a 42-21 score. So, with the victory, Mount Vernon Plankinton, they improved to 8-1 on the season now. They will move to round 2 of the playoffs next week, and with the loss, Stanley County, they will drop to, they'll end their season at 5-4, and Stanley County will see their season come to an end as they are defeated here in the opening round of the high school football playoffs. Let's take one more break, and we'll come back with our pregame award or our postgame awards. We will have the Midwest Cooperative Player of the Game, and we'll talk about what's upcoming in the sports world for us as you listen to coverage of regional high school football in round 1 of the football playoffs on KPLO.
When you need a plumber, it can be a stressful situation. You want someone who can get the job done right and give you a fair price. You want Graves Plumbing. No matter the size of your project, Graves Plumbing.
A minute here or something?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or right now. Give Graves Plumbing a call. 222-8400. 222-8400. Graves Plumbing, Pier.
First impressions mean a lot. A nice, healthy smile makes a great first impression. Dr. Pat Hermanson and Dr. Brent Swenson are masters of the healthy smile. They offer family dentistry in a warm, relaxed, patient-friendly office at 433 South Central in Pier. New patients are always welcome. Call Dr. Pat Hermanson or Dr. Brent Swenson for an appointment at 224-5966. 224-5966. Located at 433 South Central in Pier.
Back here in Mount Vernon as our postgame continues. The Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans defeat Stanley County tonight by a 42-21 score. Again, scores that we have for you. Pier was leading Aberdeen Central last we heard. It was a 30-0 score as they went into the fourth quarter where Pier was in control of that ball game. The rest of these games are finals as Kimball White Lake moves on in the 9AA playoffs, defeating Jones County White River 48-6. Webster defeats North Border. That was a 42-0 final score in that ball game, so they will move on in the 9AA playoffs as well. Britton Hecla defeats Potter County 66-20 is the final score in that ball game. And then the 11B playoffs, Mobridge Pollock with the upset, probably the biggest upset that I have seen so far tonight. Mobridge Pollock defeats Groton 13-7 is the final in that ball game, and the Tigers will move on to round 2 of the high school football playoffs. Time for our KPLO Midwest Cooperative Player of the Game, and before we name our player of the game, let's hear from the folks at Midwest Cooperatives.
When it comes to protecting your diesel engines, we're with you. Less downtime and injector repairs, we're with you. Better fuel economy and power, we're with you there too, with Cenex Fuels from CHS Midwest Cooperative. And whether you're running a fleet or a farm, you'll get unbeatable performance from our unique balance of 7 top quality additives. Looking for tank monitoring so you don't have to worry about running out? Well, we're with you there too. So upgrade to Cenex Premium Diesel from CHS Midwest Cooperative today.
Well, we look at our player of the game nominees on the Mount Vernon Plankinton side. 3 touchdowns on the night for Colton Tobin. Tobin had runs of 2 yards, 4 yards, and 4 yards in this football game as he led the way for the Titans. But when we get to the postseason, we take care of the home team. And it was J.D. Carter as our player of the game. Carter with a 43-yard touchdown run in quarter number 2. He also had a 2-yard touchdown run in the opening quarter. And J.D. Carter, the senior for the Stanley County Buffaloes, is our KPLO Midwest Cooperative Player of the Game. We would like to thank those of you who have joined us on our YouTube channel, and this game will be archived once we finish our broadcast here tonight. Go to YouTube, search KPLO Sports, and you'll be able to find video and audio archived of this football game and all of our sports coverage that we have had so far this season. Our coverage of high school sports will continue next Tuesday on KPLO as we bring you the final regular season game for high school volleyball that we will have for you as Highmore Herald will travel to Miller to take on the Rustlers. Our match coverage will get underway at around 7 o'clock next Tuesday night. And in the meantime, this weekend, Minnesota Vikings football comes your way on KPLO. The Vikings in action this Sunday as they travel to New York to take on the Jets. Kickoff at noon. Vikings pregame at 11 a.m. on your home for Minnesota Vikings football, KPLO. And on your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, don't veer for deer, slow down, and stay alert. And our coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO has been brought to you through special arrangements with the folks at the South Dakota High School Activities Association. And also our coverage of regional high school sports brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates, the Hawaii Federal Credit Union, the Pizza Ranch, Doctors Hermanson and Swenson, Graves Plumbing, the First Dakota National Bank, McDonald's and the Stanley County Booster Club, and coverage of regional high school sports on KPLO brought to you tonight by Darren Boyle Sales, Midwest Cooperatives, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, by Right C, Hutch's Cafe, Harry Case, Chevrolet and Ford, by the South Dakota Attorney General's Division of Consumer Protection, the Jet Lanes, May Adam, and the Prairie Post. John Neff has been our technical director tonight at Dakota Radio Group's World Headquarters, and I'm Darren Boyle. Again, our final tonight, the Mount Vernon Plankinton Titans 42, the Stanley County Buffaloes 21. And from Mount Vernon, we bid you all a very pleasant evening.